I trace the 5 steps between hitting enter and reading a reply. Each one is the machine predicting a single word, one at a time. And step 3 is pure math from 2017. It feels like ChatGPT understands you. It doesn't. It is guessing the most likely next word, over and over. Once you see the 5 steps, the magic drops away. And so does the mystery of why it sometimes sounds sure and is dead wrong. Step 1, the model can't read letters. Before anything happens, your text gets chopped into small pieces called tokens. The basic unit these models actually work with. A rough rule: 1 token is about 4 characters of English, roughly 3/4 of a word. So thinking might split into think and ing. OpenAI does this splitting with a tool called Token, a fast byte pair encoder. GPT-4o uses a specific vocabulary of these pieces called O200K base. Every token then becomes a number. That's the whole trick here. The machine never sees your words. It sees a list of numbers standing in for word pieces. Step 2, and here's where it gets fast. Every number from your prompt already exists the moment you hit enter. So the model reads them all at once, in parallel. This first pass is called Prefill. It digests your entire question in one shot. Keep that word in mind, because what comes next is the opposite. The reply doesn't arrive all at once. The model has to build it word by word, in order, waiting on itself each time. Fast in, slow out. That gap is the whole story of the next 3 steps. So what's inside that machine reading all your numbers? An engine called the Transformer. It came from a 2017 Google paper with a blunt title: Attention is all you need. Before it, models read text strictly left to right, one word after another, and forgot the start of a long sentence by the end. The Transformer threw that out. Its trick is attention. For every word, it looks back at every other word and decides which ones matter right now. And the trophy didn't fit in the suitcase because it was too big. Attention is what figures out it means the trophy. That weighing happens for every token, all at once. That's how it holds meaning together. After all that weighing, the model has to actually pick a word. Here's how. It takes its final internal state and turns it into a raw score for every possible token in its vocabulary. Hundreds of thousands of scores. Those scores are called Logits. Think of it as a giant bar chart. 1 bar per candidate word, tallest bar being the best bet. But it doesn't always grab the tallest one. It rolls weighted dice across the top choices and samples. That little bit of chance is exactly why the same prompt can hand you 2 different answers. It's also where anything you'd call creativity sneaks in. Step 5 is the quiet one. It loops. The word it just picked gets added to the end of your prompt, and the whole thing runs again to pick the next word, 1 predicted token at a time, until it hits a natural stopping point. That's the entire machine. And it's cheap per go. OpenAI estimates the average query burns about 0.34 watt-hours of electricity and 0.00085 gallons of water. Barely a sip. So 5 clean steps, 1 word each, no thinking, no knowing. Which raises the obvious question. If it's only guessing, why does it sound so certain when it's flat wrong? Here's the answer. It sounds certain because it was trained and graded to guess, not to admit it doesn't know. So a confident wrong answer scores the same as staying quiet. That's a hallucination. Nobody's fully solved it, but here's what teams do about it. Reasoning models pause and think through their own work before replying, trading speed for fewer mistakes. Others use retrieval, feeding the model real documents to quote from instead of guessing. OpenAI researchers argue the deeper fix is to change the grading itself. So honestly saying, "I don't know," beats a lucky bluff. So here's the one thing to carry with you. When ChatGPT answers, it isn't looking anything up. It's predicting the next likely word, 5 steps deep, over and over. That's why it's brilliant at phrasing and shaky on facts. The practical move most people miss: give it the source. Paste the document, the email, the numbers right into the chat, and it has real text to lean on instead of a confident guess. Same machine. You've just handed it something better to predict from. Next time a reply appears, you'll half see the gates it's passing through, and probably wonder how the model got taught to pick those words in the first place. I break one of these machines open every day. Subscribe and the next one finds you.